Oh man, we need to talk. This is huge news. We've just heard that Tether are going to back up their reserves by buying Bitcoin. Is this not eerily similar to the initial noises which led to the eventual collapse of Terra Luna? This is what I'm hearing for a lot of people on crypto Twitter. In this video, we're going to break down exactly what's going on and what ramifications this could have. But first, let's get into this. Smash the likes. Don't forget to subscribe. Links in the description if you want to buy or trade any cryptocurrency. So Tether have just come out and said that they're going to use some of their profits to buy Bitcoin. Now, is this similar to what Terra Luna did? We need to understand exactly what's going on. But before we do that, we need to understand this is the biggest stable coin by far in the space. You can see here $82 billion of market cap, the clear number one. USDC coming in next at 30 billion, which is nowhere near. And then you've got Binance USD, of course, closing down after Paxos, the issuer, was closed down by the SEC. So this is winding down. So this is a clear monopoly in terms of stablecoins, and it's imperative that Tether gets this right. Of the two things which could collapse in this space, which can ruin the whole crypto space, it's Tether, right? And it's Binance. Binance on the exchange volumes, you can see it's miles bigger than anybody. You can see here 6.5 versus the 797 million here over at Coinbase. Clear monopoly in the exchange space as well. So these are the two entities which could create cataclysmic collapses, right? If you think Terra Luna was bad, if you think FTX was bad, Tether collapsing or Binance collapsing would be the biggest catastrophe in this space. So what does this latest motive mean? Well, let's take a look at their CTO, Paolo, who tweeted the exact details of what they have just announced. We can take a look at what this means. So he says Tether today has $2.5 billion in company-owned excess reserves. This is where people are not understanding the detail. Tether is backed 1-to-1. It's backed fully, right? You can go onto their website, you can click on transparency, and you can see the reserves breakdown. And we've spoken at this at length in the past. Over a year ago, I called out many concerns I've had with this. But props to the Tether team. They've improved their reserves. So you can now see that 84% of their reserves are in cash and cash equivalents. This was much worse a couple of years back. So they've really improved this, and that's a positive step in the right direction for Tether and builds confidence in their long-term ambitions. Now, when you come back to what they said, this is what they want to do. That 100% backing is going to stay the same, what I've just shown you. You can see the breakdown on their website, exactly where that money is being held. So the 82 billion of Tether in circulation continues to be backed up 1-to-1 in cash equivalents, and the other bits and pieces that they've got here. They hold it, right? It's attested for, they hold it. What they're now saying is that their excess reserves, which they choose to hold voluntarily, their own reserves, think of their own profits, they're going to take 15% of their profits and they're going to buy Bitcoin. This is a nice positive step. Now, of course, they're going to buy other assets as well, but this is an extra bit of security. And as you can see here, this accounts to approximately 3% additional value on top of the minimum 100% reserves. So they basically already created a 3% buffer on top of the 100%. So even if we saw 3% loss in some of the reserves, they're okay, they break even. And I guess the idea here over the next period of time is as and when the profits come in, which by the way, they delivered $1.5 billion, right? $1.5 billion in a quarter of profit. So if you take 15% of that, you're looking at around $225 million of Bitcoin to be purchased every single quarter. So you're talking about $1 billion a year, which is not insignificant. We know that there's Bitcoin looking to be dumped by Mt. Gox. We know there's Bitcoin to be dumped by the Silk Road seizures by the US government. So it's good to know that there is a net buyer buying at quantity. But apart from that, it's positive to see that they're looking to add to their reserves. And this is really positive for Tether. Not only are they improving their reserves by holding more cash and cash equivalents, but they're also looking to build out their own buffer. So today, Tether announces its commitment to use up to 15% of its new monthly net operating profits. The total value of Bitcoin kept in the portfolio is currently well below our own excess reserves. So they already hold 1.5 billion of Bitcoin. Okay, the total excess reserves are 2.5. I'm not talking about the 82 billion. Okay, so the 82 billion of Tether minted, they hold 1-to-1. Forget that. That's 1-to-1 held reserved. You can see that. Then what they're saying is they hold another 2.5 billion, of which 1.5 billion is in Bitcoin. And then every single month, they'll take 15% of their profits, Okay, 15% of their profits to buy more Bitcoin, as well as other things to build out their reserve. And this is really positive for the space. They're smart from them. If they're buying Bitcoin and Bitcoin goes back to all-time highs, they're making a crazy return on their money. So if you're looking at this and saying, oh, look, they've got 3% additional value on top because of their Bitcoin reserves, imagine Bitcoin doubles in value. That's a 6% additional buffer they've got. Imagine Bitcoin goes to 100K, which a lot of people in the space are expecting. Right? They've now got a 9% additional buffer. Now, the question that everybody's asking for, how is this different to what we saw with Terra Luna? Well, it's fundamentally different. Terra Luna was an algorithmically backed stablecoin. Their whole modus operandi was that between the Terra Luna token and UST, the stablecoin, the algorithm would make sure that they were always pegged. Tether is very different. Tether is being backed one-to-one and always wanted to be backed one-to-one with reserves. And again, we've seen that in the transparency report. Now, what Terra Luna then did was made a huge pivot, which we called out on the channel. We monitor the whole collapse here together. We monitor that together, where they made a sudden decision to build out reserves. And initially, Do Kwon was signed as this hero. And we were one of the first to call this out and say, hang on a second, why are you pivoting from algorithmically to then backing it? But people just got excited because it was somebody buying Bitcoin, somebody buying billions of dollars of Bitcoin. Let's put them on a pedestal. But there was a problem. He then started backing with other coins like Avalanche and other coins. So he was backing the actual system itself in Terra Luna collateral in the system. This is very different to what we're seeing here. Okay, we need to understand there's a difference. What Tether are doing is they're building excess reserves. They're saying all the 82 billion is one-to-one. We're building excess reserves. So, to summarize, a good step for stablecoins. We have to keep the pressure on stablecoin providers, particularly Tether, and exchanges, particularly Binance, because they both hold a monopoly on this space. We have to hold them to high standards. And the work is not done yet. We need more proof of reserves from Binance. We need more auditing from Binance. We need more auditing from all the major exchanges. And same for stablecoins. Yes, we've seen an improvement here on Tether. Make it better. Put more in cash and cash equivalents. Why can't you make it 100% cash and cash equivalents, or at least work towards that and get there? Then we want to know within the cash and cash equivalents, is there any risky terms in there? And how can we reduce that? Okay, we need to continue to demand more from these, because these are the entities that can lead to collapse in crypto space. But if we can get them right, they can lead to huge mass adoption over the next period of time. Hopefully that clarifies things for you guys. If you appreciate these quick updates, smash the likes, don't forget to subscribe, check out the links in the description, and of course the TA course, ijaz.uk/TA, and I'll see you in the next one.